You guys doing today? Hope all goes well with you. This is Mr. GG from the Men's Daily Advice and Encouragement channel. Men's Daily Advice and Encouragement channel. Make sure you guys click that like button as you come in. Click the subscribe button. I really, really appreciate it. Apologize for the delay. Apologize for the camera imaging, all that other shit or whatever. So, anyways, though, hope all goes well with you guys, man. Have a good morning, man. Good morning to everybody. I appreciate it. I'm up drinking my coffee, and I wanted to talk about an interesting topic. Hopefully, you read the thumbnail. Hopefully, you read the information that was put out there. Okay, my apologies. Okay, let me know if you guys can hear me loud and clear. I'm just adjusting. Making adjustments accordingly and everything. So, anyways, though, how you guys doing today? Hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving. Hopefully, you guys had a good beginning of December. You understand? Let me see. Let me see who all in the chat. Anybody in that chat yet? I don't know. I don't see nobody in the chat yet. So, but like I said, hope all goes well for you. Good morning. Good morning to everybody. Good morning. I'm here live from Kansas City, Missouri. I appreciate it. South Kansas City, Missouri. So, anyways, I wanted to talk about an interesting topic, and I'm gonna do a video review on it. I'm gonna flip the camera over and share the screen. But I was seeing a lot of bullshit, man. A lot of bullshit. So the bullshit that I seen that was going on was you have black men in the United States, right? And what they were doing was they was going to the airport, right? Now, this isn't the pick on just white people or black people. Now, this is just a man thing, man. This is a fucking man thing, okay? All right, let me know if you guys can hear me loud and clear, okay, right? Engage in the chat. I appreciate it. This is the Men's Daily Advice and Encouragement channel. Men's Daily Advice and Encouragement channel. My name is Mr. GG, okay? I'm your host, and this is my channel. If you are a woman and you're in your little feelings and you shouldn't talk like that and you need to get the fuck away from here, okay? This is not for you, okay? This is not. Let me see if I can adjust some lighting on. Hell yeah. Look better, y'all. Bet you that shit look a little bit better, don't it? All right, cool. Whew. All right, cool. So anyway, this is what I want to talk about. See, brothers is going to the airport, men are going to the airport, and they got plain clothes DEA and agents, right? DEA stands for Drug Enforcement Administration. Okay, all right. What they try to do is anybody who is bringing in drugs, any motherfucker who is suspected of drugs or whatever, there to enforce the law to make sure that shit stay out the country. Okay, all right. But in this case, it's different. What they're doing is targeting people who they believe who are actually carrying tons of money with them, right? All right, at the airport. And what they're doing is actually telling them, hey, I need to search your bag. This is after they went through security and all that shit. And you're like, what do you need to search my bag for? I need you to search your bag. And the guy said, no, I'm not giving you consent to search, or I'm not allowing you to search. And he says, if you're not going to do it, then I'm going to have to arrest you. And the guy opens up the bag, and he could have $5,000, $10,000, hell, $80,000 in there, right? Again, there's no law against you carrying money in the airport, right? Thousands of dollars. There's no law against it, right? But it is suggested to be on a safe note, just carry a smaller amount of money. You understand? All right. I understand there are guys out there who look at the circumstances that, hey, I don't trust these banks out here. You understand? All right. I don't trust my money inside of a bank. I don't trust my money inside of a financial institution. And for some reason, yeah, that is some truth to that shit. There's a lot of truth to that shit, right? Because once you put your money in the bank, they're going to lend it to other people. Plus, also, too, they're going to nickel and dime you with fees, right? And then give you this long, drawn out story of why they had to do it and things like that, right? And people want to have their money in a safe institution where they know for a fact it's not going to be touched. That's why I recommend if you're going to go to a bank, make sure you got a bank where if you put a penny in that motherfucker to keep it alive in there for over a year or so, that penny's not going to be touched. You see where I'm at? All right. They're not going to sneak in a fee or anything like that. You know, I know a lot of people who get these bank accounts all the time, right? And they figure, oh, it's a good account, but they don't understand what's the difference between a free checking account, free savings account versus an account that comes with these extra fees, you know, $20 a month for, I don't know, 50 checks, you know, or $15 a month and shit, though, right? Just for having the account open for, you know, and having the minimum of over $500 in, you know, I mean, just ridiculous fees, you know. Why should you have to put yourself in that situation? Why should you have to put yourself in that predicament? You understand? That's pretty fucked up if you ask me. You understand? All right. But if a person decides to, for the last 10, 20 years, take cash, right? Actual physical United States dollar cash that they got from one person to another person, from one institution to another institution, take it, they put it inside of a vault, they put it inside of a mattress, under the ground or whatever. And then they decide one day, hey, now I got all this physical cash. Since I didn't trust the bank, I might want to go to the Philippines. I might want to go to Mexico. I might want to go to the Bahamas. I might want to go to Thailand. I might want to go to Romania or Greece, right? I should be able to do that shit without even being questioned. You see where I'm at? I should be able to. You understand? All right. But we're not in the generation where people are actually comfortable with that. You gotta remember, the United States is probably the most paranoid country in the whole goddamn world. They are always paranoid. Paranoid of some bullshit. Click that like button as you come in. Click the subscribe button as you come in. This is the Men's Daily Advice and Encouragement channel, all right? Take the link, share the link. I also got a link inside of the chat. So if you guys decide, well, hey, I want to join the stream, that's fine, that's cool. Make sure you engage in the chat. I appreciate it, okay? All right. This is me streaming from StreamYard. I haven't used StreamYard in a while. I just got used to streaming directly from YouTube. The problem I got for making YouTube videos directly and scheduling them in advance is that they don't have a good live button. You understand? They don't have a go live button when you schedule a stream in advance. They just don't. You understand? But what they do have is an instant go live button. So that's just kind of weird. Okay. So, but anyways, you're going to see a lot of these dudes at the airport. They got plain regular clothes, just like me and you. You understand? Plain regular clothes, just like me and you, right? And these people are actually arresting motherfuckers. You understand? They actually arresting people and things like that. So, anyways, though, I hope your morning is going well. What I'm doing now is I'm gonna go ahead and let me see. Let me check something real quick. I want to make sure that everything is going cool on my end. I want to make sure also too, as everything is going cool on my end, I want to make sure that people listening to the channel, I'm listening to the channel, all that other shit, you know, before I play this, because I don't see any engagements in the chat now. You understand? I don't see shit going on, so I gotta protect myself. You understand? Let me see what the hell I'm gonna do. Anyways, though, if you guys excuse me just for a little bit, I appreciate it. If you guys can, please, I appreciate it. Engage in the chat, I appreciate it. You know. All right. Let me see here. If I go live real quick, let me make sure. Let me make sure. Boom. I'm going there. Let's see. Okay, cool. I can hear myself. Yeah, I checked on another device. I need to make sure I wasn't tripping. So, yeah. But on StreamYard, man, I don't get as many fucking views or any of that shit on there. So I'm gonna try my best. So, anyways, though, today's topic again is plainclothes DEA agents at the airport targeting men who they suspect that got cash on them, that are taking their cash for no reason and sending them on their way. Right? So you walk in the airport, you got about 20 grand, 50 grand on you, right? Even though you went through security and all that shit, a plainclothes motherfucker will walk up to your ass and ask you, can they take a search of your bag? Okay. You can refuse and they're going to threaten you to go to jail. They're going to arrest you or whatever. And what the fuck you think's going to happen? What do you think's going to happen? They're going to go through your bag, see your thousands of dollars, and they're going to take that shit. And what's interesting about it, after they compensate your cash, guess what? They get a cut of your shit. Your hard ass money, they get a fucking cut of that shit. So yeah, man. So anyways, though, without further ado, man, let me go ahead and share the screen. Let me see if I can find that shit, Let me see if I can share it. Okay, boom. All right. So I'm about to share the screen, you guys. Make sure you click the like button as you come in. Click that subscribe button. I'm going to go ahead and share this screen with you guys. And hope all goes well for you. Let me see. Let me make sure I got the right presentation. Yeah, I think I got the right presentation. I think so. There it is. There's that. All right, cool. Yeah, we're going to do that. There you go. Cool. All right. So I'm about to go ahead and share this video. We're going to watch this video. I want y'all to turn up your volumes, right? Turn up everything, right? And as you guys are turning this stuff up, you guys make sure you click that like button, okay? I want you to click this shit, okay? Make sure everybody is on schedule. Make sure everybody is on page, okay? That's all I ask you guys to do. Also understand too, right, what's more scandalous about this shit too, right? What's really fucked up about it is that this could be anybody, This could be anybody. Like imagine, like for example, I can be at the airport with my own daughter, okay? And I got $10,000 for her, $10,000 for myself, okay? And this motherfucker just walk out of the blue and says, well, I'm just going to go ahead and search it. And he finds his money and he just takes the goddamn money. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Who the fuck want to deal with that shit? You understand? That's pretty low. And so we're going to, I don't know, Colombia or Brazil or whatever the fuck, right? Because we had the intentions to take the money and exchange it at the money exchange place in that country. We can't do it now. You see where I'm at? That's going to fuck up that whole trip. You understand? Now, I'm not saying I would do something like that. I'm just saying if in the event of, you understand? Or let's say I'm not going overseas international. Let's say I'm going domestic. You see where I'm at? These guys can walk up to my ass at any motherfucking time and take my money. You see where I'm at? And threaten to take me to jail and embarrass me in front of my kid or my family. That's pretty low, isn't it? So anyways, I'm about to get ready to play this shit. Click that like button, you guys. I appreciate it. Click the subscribe button. I appreciate it. Share the video. I appreciate it. Engage inside of the comment section and the chat. I highly, highly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Without further ado, let's play this video. Turn up your volume.
Searched on the jet bridge.
Sign a consent form,
It's not a consensual interview.
or I'm going to detain them, run my dog on it, and get a search warrant.
It's an ambush.
By plainclothes drug agents dressed like passengers.
There's no way this is random.
Tipped off by TSA.
It was horrible. Why me?
Not for drugs, but money.
See cash, seize cash.
How many innocent people do you have to search before you find what you're looking for?
I've got nothing to say to you.
They don't want word about this getting out.
Why are agents searching black men more than any others? We take that question to the nation's capital,
These people are not arrested. The money is arrested.
where we find a surprising alliance across the aisle,
I think it was rotten to the core.
Racial profiling.
Off the backs of innocent citizens.
trying to stop the government from taking money from innocent passengers in plain sight.
I'm Chief Investigator Brendan Keefe. They're standing right next to you at the airport gate, but you've probably never noticed the plainclothes drug agents who stake out the boarding door. They don't find a lot of drugs in these jet bridge searches, but they do find a lot of money. And we found them.
Hiding in plain sight at the busiest airport in the world. Drug agents walk the concourses, blending in by dressing just like passengers. This is a DEA task force officer scanning passengers boarding a flight for Los Angeles. There's another. How do we know who they are? Because we use the same tactics to investigate them after several passengers said they were targeted for warrantless searches at the gate or on the jet bridge.
I'm a random search, guys. So he says. See those white folks? And I'm the random search.
Hollywood actor John Ellie was stopped by Clayton County officers while boarding a flight to LA.
Were you here in Atlanta?
Yep.
How long were you here?
Doesn't matter. Why are you asking me all these silly questions? Check my bag, do what you gotta do so I can get out of here, please.
The narcotics officers didn't find anything, but kept asking questions of the Emmy-winning actor.
When you purchased your ticket?
Don't worry about it, man. Just what's it called? Check my bag so I can get out of here, please.
That's bad.
Thank you.
That whole thing is just so humiliating. Like, who thinks this is a proper way to treat anyone?
Tabari Sturdivant is an Atlanta-based film director who was also flying to LA when agents stopped him at the departure gate.
That shit is motherfucking humiliating, man. That's some pretty fucked up shit. You understand? It's pretty low. That shit's pretty fucking low.
All my life, I pride myself on being an upstanding citizen, and you still do this to me. I'm clean, like I'll comply, but like, why me?
Drug agents searched Tabari's bags in the boarding area in front of other passengers, some recording on their phones.
I'm thinking more about, making this plane than I'm even thinking about my rights at this point.
Is that part of their strategy, you think?
I think it's 100%.
Records show that DEA and local police rarely find any drugs or make arrests during what they call cold consent searches at the gate.
I see the finish line to get on the plane. Everybody knows that feeling of getting, right at the door or getting on the jetway when you get blindsided. I'm like, man, I got to get on this flight. And they were like, if you let us do our job, I'll make sure you get on your flight. So I'm like, do what you got to do.
They didn't find anything suspicious in Tabari's bag. So what were they looking for?
He just is like, are you high? Have you smoked? Do you have any drugs in this bag? Do you have any money?
The DEA and other drug agents are seizing millions of dollars from departing passengers at Hartsfield-Jackson, mostly from flights to LA, even though it's completely legal to travel domestically with any amount of cash.
I'm just telling y'all, this is pretty fucked up. You understand? This is pretty low ass shit. You mean to tell me that I can't travel any goddamn where with cash, but yet it's 100% legal that I can carry any type of amounts of cash on me with no motherfucking problem? This is some fucked up shit. You understand? This is some low ass shit. This is something to take in consideration. This could be you, me, or anybody you know. Anybody. Let's play this shit.
He found dozens of cases in Atlanta's federal court, USA v. some amount of currency. That's right. In most cases, they don't arrest the passenger. They arrest their money, even when no drugs are found. The probable cause statements show that the cash is administratively forfeited as drug money if the passenger can't prove on the spot that their money is innocent.
You're either going to sign a consent form saying that you're allowing us to search them,
Okay.
or I'm going to detain them, run my dog on it, and get a search warrant.
Feel free to search the bag, sir.
Are you willing to sign a consent form?
Yes, I will sign a consent form. Feel free to search my bags.
In this 2015 Department of Justice report, the Office of Inspector General told the DEA it should stop using a troubling technique, causing passengers to believe a voluntary search is a mandatory TSA secondary inspection. 8 years later, we found DEA agents at Atlanta's airport using similar methods.
We're no different than TSA, man. People just give us a little more hard time than they
Don't worry
do.
about it.
He just approached me and he asked me for my ID. He didn't state who he was. He just asked me for ID. And I thought he was a Delta agent. He had airport credentials on. And so I gave it to him immediately. I thought this was how I was going to get on a plane or something. I don't know.
The drug agents may be in plain clothes, but they're not undercover. This is Sergeant David Fikes. He and his canine Bane are still all over the Brookhaven Police Facebook page. Since Fikes was assigned to the DEA task force at the airport last year, records show he's been involved in seizing more than $1 million in cash. His police department has received a 9% cut of that money, more than $100,000, even though Brookhaven PD is nowhere near the airport.
If we have the ability to walk up to, say, Officer Fikes or to any one of these agents in the airport, what would you like us to ask them?
How would you feel if somebody did this to you? How would you feel?
We found
That's a good ass motherfucking question. That's a good ass question. All right. You worked your ass off of all that damn money, man, or you earned it in any type of 100% legal way. And you go to the motherfucking airport. This motherfucker sit up here, man, and says, well, I'm going to pretty much, I'm paraphrasing now, arrest the money you worked your ass for. That's some bullshit, okay? Now, remember, this is a 2015, I believe, film, but here's the deal. I got a new updated, all right, film that I want to show you guys in addition to this case so you guys could know what the hell is going on. You understand? But just imagine you take your ass to the fucking airport and somebody in some regular clothes say, well, listen, I'm about to go ahead and take your money. You understand? And I'm going to arrest your ass, though, if you don't cooperate. That's pretty fucked up. You see where I'm at? That's pretty low. So this could happen to anybody. You understand? Anybody, right? And then you got people who are who haven't been here in America saying, oh, America's the best country. This is the shit that they're not telling you guys about once you guys come in. But listen, I got an updated video I'm going to show you guys, though, after we watch this, but I just want you guys to understand what's going on. Click the like button as you come in. Click the subscribe button as you come in, too. Also, engage in the chat. I really appreciate it. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. All right, let's go ahead and replay the video.
Found Fikes and other plainclothes DEA task force officers by going to departure gates for LA flights. They stopped passengers at the boarding door, asking to see their documents before going through their carry-on bags. The searches we watched came up empty. The drug agents cased 3 different gates in Concourse A, blending in with passengers while we observed from a standoff distance. But it didn't take long before the task force officers spotted our phone and camera. Once they sat down, it was time for a cold consent interview of our own.
Hey there, I'm with the news. You're Sergeant Fikes, aren't you? I'm with Atlanta News First.
Okay.
How many innocent people do you have to search before you find what you're looking for?
Sir, I've got nothing to say to you.
Another officer was behind me, out of sight, over my shoulder, giving hand signals to Fikes as I asked him questions.
What about Tabari Sturdivant? You remember him? No?
Took everything out your bag and put it all around in front of everybody and made you look like a criminal. Like, how would you feel, Officer Fikes?
Why do people have to prove themselves innocent? You got nothing to say to these people? Drug agents seize $5,000 and up, most often when no drugs are found, even though it's completely legal to travel anywhere within the United States with any amount of U.S. currency without declaring it. So what do you do if you need to buy a used truck out of state?
I'm just saying, man, this is 100% legal. 100% legal. 100%. I can carry $100,000, 20 grand, whatever, 5 grand, it don't matter. I should be able to carry my currency with no problem. But don't you kind of find it funny though, right? The color of the skin of the people they targeted. Blacks, light-skinned, that's something to take in fucking consideration. You understand? And these guys are in plain motherfucking clothes. Plain clothes. Okay? They can take your money. They can take your goddamn money, right? And there's nothing you can do about it. But just cooperate. Otherwise, they also got the power to go ahead and take your ass to jail. And they still gonna get a cut of your money. Your hard-earned working money. This is some dope bullshit, you guys. Click the like button as you come in. Click the subscribe button. Engage in the chat. I appreciate it.
Kermit Warren is back on the road to recovery. His fight with the government finally in the rearview mirror.
What does this truck mean to your livelihood? Everything. Without this, I can't make my money. I can't feed my family.
It wasn't a hurricane here in New Orleans' lower Ninth Ward that took his life savings. DEA agents seized his $28,000 at the airport in Columbus, Ohio.
They said we were notified that you had a lot of cash on you. I said, what is it against the law for me to travel with cash? I'm up here to purchase a truck.
The pandemic took Kermit's job as the shoe shine man at a New Orleans hotel. So he and his son decided to start a towing business. They found this used truck for sale in Ohio and flew there with the cash to buy it. But they decided it wasn't the right truck for them.
I decided, I said, I'm not going to get this vehicle. We're going to go to the airport. We're going to fly back to New Orleans.
with the money.
with the money.
They left with the same money in this bag photographed when they arrived in Ohio. On the way home, Kermit told TSA at the Columbus airport he had a large amount of cash, and court records show the TSA informed the DEA agents, who seized the money without finding drugs.
I wasn't arrested. I wasn't charged with any kind of crimes or anything. All they wanted to do was take my cash and send me back home.
They didn't have to prove you were a drug dealer. You had to prove you weren't a drug dealer.
That's correct, sir. I said, if you don't believe me, we have the number to the gentleman who we're going to buy the vehicle from. We have a description of the vehicle. We have pictures of the vehicle. Didn't want to hear any of that. It was just see cash, take cash.
Kermit's father drowned here when the levees broke during Hurricane Katrina. His mother died soon after. They didn't have much, but what they had, they left to their son. And Kermit says that inheritance was among the money the DEA seized.
Most of it was my life savings. I would take $100 per week and put on the side for like 25 years.
How did Kermit eventually pay for a tow truck? He filed a claim for his own money in federal court. Drug dealers don't try to get their money back from the police. They say, well, this is the cost of doing business, right?
That's correct. I would have chalked it up and said, that's just a part of that lifestyle. But I work hard for my money. Everything I have is from blood, sweat, and tears.
Now he's back in the driver's seat here in New Orleans, the sun setting on the case after the nonprofit Institute for Justice represented him for free, and federal prosecutors agreed to drop the case and return his money. What was it like when the government gave you every single penny back? How did that feel?
I knew I would get it back because I know one thing, I was innocent.
Do you feel vindicated?
Of course. Why wouldn't I? I'm fighting with everything living inside of me that this does not happen to anybody else.
Who are drug agents targeting for these searches? We now have the answer.
I want to tell you guys something too. All right. This man worked his ass off for that goddamn money. He worked his ass off. Okay. All right. You see the suit he had on, look like he worked for the water company, man. Water company or any type of blue collar trade working with the city, man, or in the construction field. You understand? All right. That's a lot of fucking money, man, that these people can actually take and not have any fucking remorse for. You understand? This could be you. This could be me. Now, the way I look at it a little different. I look at it as, okay, right now they're targeting black people and light-skinned people, but this can happen to any motherfucking body, right? You could be white, you could be Indian, you could be Asian, right? You could be Hispanic. It doesn't matter. This can happen to anybody. If you're watching this right now, this can happen to anybody. You understand? All right? This is right here in the matrix, okay? In the matrix, okay? All right? Because they know for a fact, right? You know, especially the passport bros out, they know for a fact that you're going to take that motherfucking dollar and invest it elsewhere and go where you are appreciated and not tolerated. You see where I'm at? It's a goddamn shame. It's a travesty. It's fucked up. You understand? So this is something you guys need to take in very careful consideration of, okay? Click the like button as you come in. Click the subscribe button to engage in the chat. I appreciate it. This is the Men's Daily Advice and Encouragement channel. Men's Daily Advice and Encouragement channel. Live. We're on the topic of why are DEA agents in plain clothes targeting men at the goddamn airport. You understand? You can join the stream too, right? Join this motherfucking stream. You know, say something in this motherfucker. You welcome to join. I'll bring you on. You know, and if you want to sit back in the cuts, cool. That's fine too. You understand? All right, cool. But make sure you click that subscribe button and the like button. I really, really appreciate it. This is really good information out there because I want guys to know what is possible to happen when you take your ass at the airport. Now, remember, this is based off of what's going on at the LA airport, okay? All right, at the LA airport. Now, this is not happening at every single airport, but it's to let you know that what is and what isn't possible to happen. You know, what could happen, right? Just because it's not happening now don't mean it can't happen in the future. You see where I'm at? Just because it's not happening now in your city, in your state, does not mean it's not or it cannot happen in the future. You see where I'm at? All right, that's all I want y'all to understand and shit. That this shit is fucking possible. All right, click that like button and that subscribe button. I appreciate it, you guys. All right, let's go back and I'm gonna go ahead and replay this video.
These logs document what we observed. Black men are searched more than any other group.
At the busiest airport in the world, some passengers have an unexpected layover on the jet bridge.
I'm a random search, guys. So he says. So those white folks, and I'm the random search.
These Clayton County narcotics officers searched actor Jean Ellie. The same thing happened to comedian Clayton English.
When they stopped me on that jet bridge, most of the other people that went past me seemed to be, white people.
English has joined forces with fellow comedian Eric Andre.
I had 2 agents whip out a badge,
filing a federal lawsuit against Clayton County police accusing airport narcotics officers of racial profiling.
The most hardcore drugs I have in my backpack are Propecia.
Drugs are rarely found in these jet bridge searches, according to Clayton County narcotics logs obtained by Atlanta News First Investigates. Records that also show local police have seized more than $1 million in cash from passengers.
We know that more than 90% of the people they search, they don't seize anything and they don't arrest anyone.
Right. It didn't make sense to me at all. It felt like profiling because who's taking drugs to LA? Weed is legal out there, everything. Like, you're going to get what, I don't see who's taking it out there. Maybe you should be catching somebody coming in. That might have made sense. Like, how many big dealers have you caught like this? Is this how you caught El Chapo? And then once I was actually given the statistics, I'm like, oh, okay. That's never what it was about.
The comedians cite national statistics showing 8% of air travelers are black. Their lawsuit accuses Clayton County officers of stopping black passengers at a rate 7 times that national average.
In a little more than a year and a half, Clayton County officers searched more than 360 passengers on the jet bridge. That's enough to fill 2 737 jetliners. Travel statistics show 1 out of every 3 airline passengers is a person of color. But according to Clayton County logs, their officers searched passengers of color at double that rate. Black passengers overall made up the majority of those searched, 54%. And black men were by far the largest group. 46% of passengers stopped on the jet bridge.
The odds of it being random and it coming out to where all the people that you're pulling over are black people, are people of color, are some ethnic group, it's like, no, there's no way this is random.
There was a handful of black people. My flight was full. So let's say it was 200 people on the flight and then maybe 5 to 10 black people on the flight period.
You didn't see any white people stopped getting on your flight?
No, absolutely not.
Film director Tabari Sturdivant was also boarding a flight to LA when he was searched by federal drug task force officers.
I travel around the world and I've seen different things. I've seen random, you put your ticket on it, whoop, this is a random check all over the world. Why am I in my hometown, Atlanta, Georgia, that, you can totally humiliate me and disregard my rights?
Atlanta News First Investigates tracked the plainclothes task force officers through the airport. Records show the federal agents described the searches as random, consensual encounters. But the same records detail how they selected specific passengers. Observed a man who appeared nervous.
Why you? Why did they pick you?
I had a black hoodie on. I had an expensive duffel bag around my back. I had some expensive shoes on.
That's not a crime.
It's not a crime.
But designer bags show up repeatedly in the federal forfeiture filings and DEA evidence photographs. Brown Gucci bag, black Louis Vuitton backpack.
They're saying Atlanta to Los Angeles is a drug trafficking route.
Right.
But it's also a route for entertainment. Black man with a designer bag flying to LA might be in the film industry, not the drug industry.
Right. The only reason I can think is because they look like they're not supposed to have something that nice. Or you think that this person shouldn't be able to afford this item based off their skin color.
This is the form DEA agents were required to fill out 20 years ago, showing the race and ethnicity of passengers they searched. But the Department of Justice Inspector General discovered the DEA has not collected any such data regarding cold consent encounters since 2003, in part because there were too many in a day. The IG report said the Department of Justice noted cold consent encounters are more often associated with racial profiling.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm not even allowed to get on a plane to go do work without being, profiled.
The Clayton County search logs are heavily redacted, but Atlanta News First Investigates was able to see behind the redactions, showing the local officers received training from the DEA task force in a 3-day federal program called Operation Jetway. We got those records from attorneys for the two comedians, but when we asked for the same exact records directly from Clayton County, the section about officers getting federal training wasn't redacted, it was completely missing.
You're taking people's money based off an assumption, not facts, not evidence, and it's really not much recourse for the people. So yeah, something definitely needs to be done.
This is movie prop money, the equivalent of hundreds of thousands of dollars. I traveled legally with this simulated money in my carry-on bag through TSA 7 times in multiple cities, and I was never stopped or questioned. Others weren't so lucky.
You guys, what does this tell you? What does this tell you? That man traveled 7 times. 7 times through the same airports with all that prop money. All of it. And did not get checked one time. Not one time. And he's a white man. What does this tell you? What the fuck does this tell you? Okay? And this is no offense to my white brothers out there who are not discriminative, who are not racist, who are not profilers, or Nazis or whatever the fuck. I don't know. Whatever, right? KKK. No offense to you guys who don't participate in the right? We're just stating the facts. Okay? Why the hell can a man not just go to a goddamn airport with thousands of dollars that he worked his ass for doing comedy, working in a blue collar job, tap dancing and shit, whatever the hell he does and shit, plumbing, electrical, heating and AC, whatever he does. Why come he can't do that? And it's 100% legal. What's the problem? I'll tell you what the fucking problem is. There are a percentage of people out there who are deep down jealous of certain black people's success. That is right. Listen, I'm not a pro-black person. No, I am a person who's calling out the bullshit for who the hell it is. It's bullshit. You see where I'm at? Bullshit. You understand? All right? Shit, no man, woman, creature, it don't matter. Go to the airport and shit have to get their goddamn money taken and say, okay, you can go on about your way. That's fucking wrong. And like I said, if I had my daughter with me, they would embarrass the shit out of me. All the money we work for, all the money I have for her to go on that trip and myself, let's say, like I said, if I had 20 grand, 10 for her, 10 for me, right? We got, I don't know, 2 to 5 grand in spending money. The other 5 grand or 10 grand is going to be in the bank just in case we need an emergency, whatever the fuck. Guess what? Gone. We're fucked. We're fucked. You understand? And this is if in the event I'm the type of person that doesn't trust bank accounts. You see where I'm at? And I understand. I ran into people. Hell, listen, I got a real estate background. I ran into a Hispanic man, right-handed guy. I could do a video on that shit right now. He sat up there, and when we closed the deal, bought me over $25,000. I had the closer go over there. She's from the Dominican Republic. I was dating her at the time. And I said, baby, the title company doesn't take cash. So you have to have a money order. You have to have cashier's check, or you have to do a wire. She said, I'm going to try my best to get it. She left. She came back. That man brought us all $25,000 in all 1s, 20s, 50s, tons of hundreds and shit. And he barely spoke English. And he said, I don't trust American banks. I don't. That should be his preference. You shouldn't be scolded. You shouldn't be in a position where you have to be scrutinized of where you got the money from in the United States, in the matrix. Why should you have to do that? Why? Because a lot of people are, in my opinion, they're threatened by your success. So that's why they have to question where you got the money from. And see, at that time, I'm gonna be honest, at the time I closed that real estate deal, right? Because I'm a wholesaler, right? I flip, land, I flip houses, things like that. At that time, guess what? I didn't have a bank account myself. So imagine me walking into a bank with $25,000 cash, man, from a guy I flipped that deal from, right? And I said, okay, I'm gonna start a new account there. They're gonna go through every piece of that money. They're gonna mark it. They're gonna make sure, with the yellow marker, make sure everything on there is real. And then I gotta sign the IRS form and all this other bullshit just for me to make a deposit of some goddamn money. Ain't that a bitch? That's pretty fucked up, isn't it? And I had to sit down. Nowadays, I do have a bank. I have a business account. I have multiple personal accounts and business accounts and all this shit, PayPal and all this shit, right? And I had to sit down with a bank representative and just ask questions, like, when have I had real cash? What are the laws and stipulations on it, right? Do I got to report it to the IRS? Will you guys arrest me? Will you guys call the police on me and say it's suspicion? Do I need to call you guys in advance and see what I need to do, right? Because I've seen Floyd Mayweather. He's done that shit. He had to call the bank in advance, let them know, hey, I'm coming to get $1 million. I'm coming to get $10 million, whatever it may be, and they have to call security and all this other shit, just to make sure the man can get access to his money. You see where I'm at? But back on the topic, you guys, though, I'm just letting y'all know that if you're getting ready to leave out of town, no matter if it's domestically within the United States or overseas, right? Internationally, right? You're going to Canada, you're going to Mexico, right? That's international, right? You're going to Southeast Asia, you're going to Brazil, right? You're going to Eastern Africa, whatever, right? Just know that there are plainclothes DEA agents out there that have the probability to target your motherfucking ass and take your money for no goddamn reason. And they will threaten to take your ass to jail or prison if you don't do what they say. 100% manipulation and scams. I'm telling you. Let's go ahead and play the video. Click the like button. I want everybody, you guys, make sure you click that like button as you come in, man. Click the subscribe button too. I appreciate it. Help the boy get up to 1,000 subs. I really appreciate it. This is the Men's Daily Advice and Encouragement channel. This is Mr. Gigi's Men's Daily Advice and Encouragement channel. I appreciate it, you guys. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the views. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You guys are more than welcome to participate in the chat. I appreciate that too, if possible. I'm going to replay this video. Thank you so much. Let's get this thing going on.
TSA has one mandate, securing air travel. But screeners are looking for more than just weapons or explosives. They're also looking for money. TSA Rule 100.4 tells screeners to alert police when they spot large amounts of currency concealed within someone's bag, even though traveling with large amounts of currency is not illegal.
The cash that appears to be hidden. There's not anything wrong with how
That's not true when flying domestically. Yet drug agents in Charlotte offered this LA-bound passenger a deal. Sign a form abandoning his $100,000 or face a lengthy federal investigation.
There's an option to avoid all that, not to sound like a used car salesman, but I'm going to give you all your options. You can walk away from that money. I'm going to seize the money, but if you want to walk away from a federal investigation that's linked to the money, those are your options. But if you sign in, nobody from the U.S. Attorney's Office will contact you.
3 years later, he's still trying to get his money back from the federal government.
Oh, man.
Court records show Clayton County narcotics officers use similar disclaimer of ownership forms at Atlanta's airport.
Any check bags?
Clayton County officers found neither drugs nor money in 93% of these jet bridge searches, according to our review of more than a year of Drug Task Force logs. But they were still able to seize more than $1 million cash for reasons such as the money was concealed within clothing or it smelled like marijuana. Just flying to California can be suspicious. The passenger was flying from Atlanta, a known drug hub city, to San Francisco, a known drug source city.
Civil forfeiture is actually easier than criminal forfeiture.
Dan Albin and the Institute for Justice have successfully sued the DEA and other agencies to get passengers' money back.
Perversely, It's actually easier to forfeit someone's property from an innocent person who is not charged or convicted of a crime than it is from a criminal defendant who actually is convicted of a crime.
In nearly all airport cash seizures we've reviewed, no drugs were found and the passengers were not arrested or charged with a crime.
In the vast majority of these cases, they just take the money. They don't take custody of the person. They, in effect, arrest the money instead of the person.
That's absolutely right. Especially in airport interdictions, it's almost always someone's cash is seized, but they're allowed to continue traveling to board their flight.
On location during this interview or interrogation, you are effectively required to prove that your money isn't from drugs in order for them not to take it right there on the scene.
The way that law enforcement conducts interdiction, the burden is on the person to prove that they're innocent and that their cash is not involved in any criminal activity.
You're either going to sign a consent form saying that you're allowing us to search them,
Okay.
or I'm going to detain them, run my dog on it, and get a search warrant.
Feel free to search the bag, sir.
It's not a consensual interview in those circumstances. It's an ambush.
Atlanta News First Investigates found plainclothes DEA task force officers picking out passengers and searching bags at Hartsfield-Jackson gates, including this canine handler from Brookhaven Police.
How many innocent people do you have to search before you find what you're looking for?
I've got nothing to say to you.
So we went straight to the top, Drug Enforcement Administration headquarters here in Northern Virginia. We gave the agency days advance notice that we wanted to sit down for an interview. But after we arrived in the nation's capital, the DEA said it didn't have time to answer our questions about the airport searches.
They don't want word about this getting out. They don't want the public to know about what they're doing. They want to be able to continue seizing money from innocent people that they never charge with a crime so that they can keep that money and put it back into their slush funds that they can then spend on any activities they want, including generating even more revenue for DOJ, DEA, and these other agencies.
How much revenue? $1.3 billion. That's how much cash the Department of Justice seized last year alone. The DEA seized more than any other agency, and airport interdiction made up most of the DEA seizures. But where does all that money go? Into this forfeiture fund. The Department of Justice, according to a federal audit, has amassed a fund of $5 billion from cash seizures, and the agency can spend that money however it pleases. Congress wants to change this.
From battleground to common ground, unlikely allies are joining forces in the nation's capital.
In this country, we believe that everyone is innocent until proven guilty.
A deprivation of civil liberty that can happen to any of us.
They just took it and they said, sue us. Have you ever tried suing the government? It's not that easy to sue the government.
Members of Congress are responding to our investigative series exposing drug agents hiding in plain sight at airport gates, seizing cash from passengers without arresting them.
This isn't criminal asset forfeiture where you arrest someone and then take their assets as part of the criminal prosecution. They're not charging them. They're arresting the money, not the person.
In fact, I think technically the charge is against the money. It's bizarre. It's some old maritime law or something from way back when, but they charge the money, not the person. But I think the important thing is it's turning justice on its head. You're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. Not, oh, you're guilty, give me your stuff, and then you can have it back if you prove you didn't get it through ill-gotten gains. And that's not the way our country's supposed to work.
Here in a divided United States Capitol, this issue is bringing both Republicans and Democrats together. It's about both civil rights and civil liberties.
Oftentimes they are the same.
The vast majority of people they're stopping are people of color, and the largest single group is Black men.
It's a matter of racial profiling.
Georgia Congressman Hank Johnson is one of 9 Democrats and 9 Republicans co-sponsoring the Fifth Amendment Integrity Restoration Act.
The power of the government to simply seize property just based on a belief, a mere belief, an unfounded belief even, that property is associated or connected with criminal activity.
But not off the backs of innocent citizens. And you'll catch some crooks in this process as well. But sadly, we're catching too many innocents who have to fight their way out of this bind. and many of them can't do it.
Michigan Republican Tim Walberg has filed his bill over and over for nearly a decade.
Criminals, actual criminals, have more rights than innocent people who have their money taken.
Under civil asset, criminals have more. That's why civil asset is such a valuable tool. It can be used well, but it can be abused. And because you don't have to meet the standards that you would for a criminal asset forfeiture.
The FAIR Act would force the government to prove to a federal judge that seized money was from crime with clear and convincing evidence, and all cash from civil forfeitures would go to the Treasury's general fund. Federal agencies and local police would no longer get to keep the money they seize.
It's a perverse incentive.
That unified message is echoing across the aisle, pushing the FAIR Act through a House committee for the first time by unanimous vote.
That unanimous vote didn't happen in just any committee. The bill passed out of judiciary, the setting for some of the most partisan battles in recent years. Yet Republicans and Democrats appear to agree on at least one thing: to make it harder for the government to seize money from innocent people.
This is amazing shit, you guys. This is amazing. This is amazing shit, man. And I'm telling you guys, man, this could happen to anybody, man. And you know what's interesting behind closed doors? I'm found it interesting that the Democrats and the Republicans came to an agreement of an understanding that this isn't just a one-size-fits-all type of problem. No, this is a problem that is like way beyond just politics, man. This is a humane type of fucking problem. You see where I'm at? You know, now, after I play this, because this video is about to end shortly, I'm about to play an updated version of the video, right? An updated version of the investigation of a young man who was approached by a plainclothes DEA agent. And he actually said the words, "I don't consent to you, or I don't consent to allowing you to search myself." You understand? And he stood on his ground, but he got smart. Guess what he did? We in the days of technology. So he whipped out that fucking camera phone and filmed every goddamn thing, man. You got to remember, a lot of these guys out here are caught off guard because they can't film anymore. You understand? At the time, they couldn't. But now, as technology get advanced, we got camera phones. We even got people, you can carry little hidden cameras on your jacket. You understand? And wouldn't nobody know. You understand? Or on your hat, and you wouldn't even know. Or on your earrings, or on your sunglasses and shit, right? Little cameras right there, right? That'll see all the bullshit, the sneaky bullshit that this particular law enforcement person is actually doing. So that's something that you guys might want to invest in and take in consideration, because it's fucked up here in the Matrix. You understand? Forget these people overseas and over here in America that says, well, America is the best country in the world. Fuck them. No, this is not the best country in the world. No, this is one of the options of the world. Not the best country, one of the options of other countries you could take in consideration in the whole goddamn world. So anyways, let me continue to play the video. Make sure you guys too do your boy Flavor. Click that like button. I appreciate it. Click the subscribe button too. I appreciate it. This is the Men's Daily Advice and Encouragement channel. My name is Mr. GG. Make sure you guys continue. All right. This is a men's channel, and this is a informational session that I'm giving you guys in a review video that I'm giving you guys. Okay. So let's get ready to replay the drama.
I think it was rotten to the core. It's now passed through a committee in the House, and we're hoping to pass it in the Senate as well.
Some law enforcement groups have pushed back against the bill, including the National Sheriff's Association, saying it would be a gift to the drug cartels. While the FAIR Act awaits a vote on the House floor, we went back to Atlanta's airport after our series of investigative reports. Checking multiple LA-bound flights, we found no plainclothes drug agents hiding in plain sight. And a check of the court shows no new forfeiture cases have been filed to take passengers' money. Whether or not they're watching for you, we'll keep watching for them. Good night.
All right, boys and girls, I really appreciate it. So anyways, I'm going to play another video. Let me quit sharing the screen. Let me stop the screen sharing. But anyway, though, what I'm trying to tell you guys, man, is that this shit can happen to any motherfucking body. Me, you, or whatever. Imagine you trying to go to another country, and then let's say you got, I don't know, a Filipino, and you said, baby, I'm coming to bring my cash down there because I don't trust these banks. So I can go and build our home down there or put the roof on the house. And she said, okay, daddy, you can go ahead and do it. That's fine, right? Filipina does this shit. You bring your cash down there on the USA flight, and this plainclothes motherfucker takes your goddamn cash. He questions you. I want to search your bag. I've already went through an inspection. What are you talking about? Well, this is a random search. Is this a random search? Or this is a color profile search that you're choosing to do? Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it real. They won't answer that question. They're going to just simply respond to you. If you don't do what the fuck we say, we're going to arrest your ass. And you get to go to jail. Or we need you to sign these consent forms and shit so that we could pretty much take your money and allow you to go to court to try to get this shit back. And we're going to take it. That's a goddamn shame, man. That is like really fucked up, you know. So, but anyways, I'm going to do. What I'm gonna do now, right? Is I'm gonna sing you guys now. Here's another one I'm gonna do shortly. This particular video, right? I have now is the part 2 of it. This is like this one has been done. I would say probably about a week ago. I stumbled upon this shit, and I was like, damn, like this is an update on this shit, man. Like this shit is for real. This shit's for real. So what I'm gonna do is I'm about to play this one, right? And this is like a part 2, like years later, right? But this particular time, this young man had actually ran into himself. I think it was another light-skinned brother, and he got ran into by the DEA agent. But like I said, he got smart and put that camera out. When he put that camera out, yeah, that shut all that shit down. And then on top of that, he took that camera, forwarded to the top DEAs, and I think the Attorney General got involved, right? And they didn't even know none of this shit was going on. That's how deep the government is, right? They can get away with so much crooked shit. It's fucking crazy, y'all. So, anyways, without further ado, oh yeah, one of my subs is here. What's up, Sarah Frem? How are you doing? Haven't seen you in a while, man. It's been a while, man. Good to see you again, man. Yeah, man. You seen today's topic, man. We're talking about here in the Matrix, right? USA, right? Particularly how plainclothes DEA agents can walk up to your ass, right? If you're a person of color or a mixed color, they can walk up to your motherfucking ass, say that they want to search you after you've actually have already been searched. It's a random search. And if you got thousands of dollars on you, they're going to take your money and say, be on your way. All right? They just fucked up your whole destination. And you got to remember, it's 100% legal to carry thousands of dollars on you. Okay, so anybody say it's illegal, you're not supposed to be carrying that. They don't know what the fuck they talking about, Sarah Friend, and the rest of my audience. So, anyways, you guys heard these guys actually say that on there. So I'm about to play this next video, and this particular next video. Let me see. Let me go ahead and share my screen. I'm having lots of fun with you guys. Click that like button. I appreciate it. All right. So anyway, there's me. I'm sharing my screen now. I'm about to go ahead and play this right here. Let me see. Okay, cool. So we're sharing the screen now, and I'm going to go ahead.
Go. And if they,
I'm going to go ahead and rewind this a little bit. All right, cool. So here, what we're going to do is we're going to play. Now we're going to play this updated version, okay? My apologies about that. We're going to play the updated version. This one came out about a week, but this is like part 2 of that. That one I just shown you was like some years back. I would say about 6 to 8 years ago, something like that. This one here is an update because this is an ongoing years and years of investigation, okay? Because the goal is if you're going to catch somebody, you got to have the evidence. You got to have witnesses. You got to be able to catch their ass. You understand? And what's interesting about it, I want to know, were those same DEA agents who did this shit, were they reprimanded now they was caught on motherfucking camera? You see where I'm at? Were they reprimanded? Okay? All right? So anyways, I'm about to play this for you guys too. Click the like button. I really appreciate it. Click that subscribe button. Help your boy get up, man, to 1,000. I appreciate it, man. I'm not too far from them. About 930 subs. We're gonna see though. Okay. Anyways, without further ado, this is just to prepare you guys, man, before you travel. Again, the disclaimer I got: I've never traveled yet. I haven't traveled, but I am an ally of the Passport Bros. I'm a big supporter of the Passport Bros. These guys are magnificent. They've shown us options that nobody on this planet can present. You understand? We don't have to date these women here. We can date them over the seas. We can have relationships with them overseas. We can actually take our dollar, right, no matter if it's in a bank account or physically on us, to another country where we can be appreciated, not tolerated. We don't have to pay dollar for everything. Why not go to a country where you can get at least a 50 to 80% discount on your dollar, right, to pay for the same merchandise? You understand? You don't have to go overseas and pay $400 for, if you guys like them, a pair of Jordans and shit, or pay $2,000 a month though, right, for an apartment, man, that you can get that same damn apartment over there for like $300 to $400 a month. You see what I mean? That's what I'm saying. And you can still have money in the bank or money on you. So it's just up to you, man, whatever your preference is. So anyway, shout out to the Passport Bros. I appreciate it. Anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's play the part 2 video.
Welcome to Atlanta News First Behind the Investigation. I'm Andy Perotti. Joining me now is Chief Investigative Reporter Brendan Keefe. Keefe, how are you doing?
That's good to see you, Andy.
So your investigation tonight, when you told me about it, my jaw dropped. I can't believe what you found. Tell us more.
Yeah, so we did this investigation last year called In Plain Sight. It was about the DEA doing these sort of surprise searches at the airport gate. Just as you're getting on the plane, after you scanned your boarding pass, they ask to see in your bag. And if you don't give them consent, they keep turning the screws, saying you're going to miss your flight if you don't give consent. And most people simply give consent. We told people in that initial investigation, hey, you have a right to say, am I being detained? If the answer is no, you can walk away. If you say, am I free to go? And if they say yes, then, they have to have probable cause or reasonable suspicion to detain you. They have to have probable cause or a warrant or your consent to search your bag. And so what happens if someone says no and sticks to their guns? We now know because someone saw our investigation, and here's the result.
Set your bag down, and then you can walk on the plane. You can do that. But
No,
you can't
I'm
take
not.
your bag.
You're not with the, what do you call it? I've seen these like videos on YouTube before. You're not with the.
I'm the DEA. I'm the government.
And the first distinct thing I remember was pulling my phone and saying, I am the government.
He actually said, I am the government?
Yeah, he says, I am the government. And he was very assertive about it.
I'm the government.
This is Officer Nick Nimskern with the Montgomery, Ohio Police Department working the Cincinnati airport as part of a plainclothes DEA task force, stopping David, a New York-bound passenger, after he and his bag had already cleared TSA screening.
Jeez Louise. Why are you so angry? Okay.
I'm not angry. I just want my rights to be respected. That's all.
Well, I just told you can walk on, but you can set your bag down. And we'll just have a dog.
Or else you're am I being detained right now?
Not you, but your
Am I free to go?
Not your bag. I
Okay,
told you like
I'm gonna
20
walk
times.
then.
You can't do that.
Am I being detained?
Robert,
But am I free to go?
Was your heart pounding? Were you nervous? Were you confident in your position?
Oh, I was unbelievably nervous. In fact, the first thing I did was on the plane was go back to my phone and just see, is this really happening? And did I remember this correctly?
You mentioned seeing a YouTube video. That was our investigation you saw, right?
Yeah, that was your investigation.
Atlanta News First Investigates tracked plainclothes drug agents through the Atlanta airport, watching and recording them searching passengers at boarding gates, looking for cash to seize. In court filings, the government called these cold consent encounters.
How many innocent people do you have to search before you find what you're looking for?
I've got nothing to say to you.
Yeah, I distinctly remembered a couple of pieces that stood out. I think one of them was asking the question, am I free to go? And the second thing that I really remember is that I was free to walk away if so.
We do have a completely full flight this afternoon.
Once on board, David checked our story again on his phone.
I actually saw the Investigate TV news article pop up too. And I remember thinking, well, at least I did this right. You have the right to walk away if they're not detaining you.
Agent Nimskern followed him on the plane and mistakenly grabbed another passenger's bag.
Oh, that's my. Hey,
That's yours. Where's your bag at?
I don't consent to search, sir.
You don't have to consent. Where's your backpack at? Where is it? Under your seat?
It got put away, but I don't consent to being searched.
I don't care
So
what your
this is-
consent stuff. You want to watch the dog?
Yes,
You want to
please.
sit in your seat?
I would like to watch
Well,
the
then
dog.
come out.
It was definitely embarrassing, humiliating. I'm sure everybody's wondering, is this guy a terrorist? Is he bringing bombs on board?
I'm not trying to be a jerk. I just don't like being searched.
You're not trying to be a jerk.
No, I
You might
don't
be
know
the
who
biggest
you are.
jerk I've ever met out here, honestly.
That's fair, dude.
The airport is not a constitution-free zone. You retain your Fourth Amendment rights when you're in the airport.
Kirby Thomas West is an attorney with the DC-based Institute for Justice, now representing David.
Any of us, and even a constitutional lawyer, knowing all my rights, there's no guarantees that you're going to be safe from this kind of search or seizure.
One thing you said is, I don't need your consent. Is that true?
The only way that law enforcement can conduct a search without your consent is if there's probable cause of a crime.
Am I under suspicion of a crime right now? You have probable cause?
So we have a lot of money and drugs going out of every airport
Understood.
to New York.
Okay.
It's an influx of it.
Am I being suspected of a crime? I just want this to be
I
reported.
don't know.
Do you have reasonable suspicion? Do you have probable cause? And he says, I don't know.
Do you have probable cause for a
I have
search?
probable cause for a dog to walk up and smell your bag, yes.
The canine at first walks right by David's bag without stopping. Then,
I saw him gesture back to my bag, and I remember him just doing something with his fingers. Upon looking at the video again, you can hear him making that kissy sound.
You see that? You got it recorded. Don't edit that part out of the video either. So he sat on your bag.
Okay.
Is there money, drugs, or weapons in your bag? You did all this just for what?
Just-
This is what we do. Let me tell you, we've been doing this for a long, long
we
time.
don't- we
Years
don't-
and years and years.
I
Longer
understand
than probably
that.
you've been alive.
I respect you, sir.
We're within our rights, or I wouldn't do what I.
Let me tell you something. That motherfucker there, that person right there, let me tell you something. See, the thing is, the motherfucker was desperate for a search, okay? Old schools call it reaching. He was reaching. Okay, he was reaching, okay? He was desperate, okay? And you see the manipulation, how they flip it over. Oh, so you did all this for... Nah, motherfucker, you started this shit. Only thing you had to do is stay the fuck away from it. You started this shit, okay? So now you in the position while I'm recording to be embarrassed. And now you're embarrassed. Let me go ahead and put this manipulation on his ass. You got that search dog out here for what? For what? No goddamn reason. Dog sitting up there, man, like, I don't have any reason to be out here. Shit, go get me some goddamn biscuits and shit, or let me go get some goddamn steak or something, man. And then after that, we can go after the real drugs and shit. What am I supposed to be doing this shit for? You know what I mean? That's what the dog is like and shit. But yeah, he's sitting up there with his hands in his pocket. He's embarrassed in a motherfucker. He is so embarrassed. That man is totally embarrassed right now. Look at him. Look at his ass. Like, fuck. Damn. Shit. What's that, man? My boy Sarah Frem said probable cause of a crime, more like Minority Report. Y'all have seen that movie too, Minority Report. Yeah, that was a good ass movie too. Shit, Minority Report. So yeah, but he got his hands in his pocket. Look at him. Look at he feeling stupid. Look, and on top of that, out of everybody that they didn't caught, he's the only one that was smart enough to go ahead and actually record. You see, Robert, the only one that was smart enough to say, "Fuck this, I'm about to record these motherfuckers." Shit, they got me fucked. And he recorded and kept the camera phone on. That was real smart. That was really smart. Shit. He even sent them through obstacles, right, to find his bag. Where's your bag? Where's your bag? Hey, it's put up. Where's your bag? Do I need to bring a dog out and shit? You can do whatever the fuck you want to. And shit, for real. This is something you decided. You starting shit with me. I'm not bothering no damn body. You just pissed off because of the simple fact that you can't assert your authority on me, and I'm smart enough, right, to outsmart your ass. This is what it is, man. See, the problem is with these goddamn governments and the police hiring these people. They don't know what they're doing when they're hiring people. You understand? All right? They hire people that can possibly do the job, but they don't hire people who have good customer service skills, communication skills, common sense skills. They don't. They just hire motherfuckers who got who give them a gun, a badge, and some authority and say, go out there, arrest some motherfuckers and shit and harass them. And we just hope you do a good job at it, you know, but they don't, that's the thing. They don't do a good job vetting these motherfuckers. No. And deep down, in my opinion, they know what they're doing when they hire these trigger happy people who got a authoritative complex, right? People who like to throw their control around. They know what the fuck they're doing. So they hire those people intentionally that cause these problems, you know? And then when they do that, they're surprised that they're caught up in court and they got to come about 10, 20, 30,000 times of the money that they have confiscated. You see where I'm at? You know, so yeah. But shout out to him. I'm glad he actually was smart enough to get that female attorney involved to just go ahead and say, look, enough is enough. You understand? So without further ado, let's replay the video. Again, make sure you guys click that like button too. Click the subscribe button that should come in. This is the Men's Daily Advice and Encouragement channel. Men's Daily Advice and Encouragement channel. We're playing the part 2 version of the documentary of the plainclothes DEA agents who are targeting men at the airport to search their bags, take their money, and send them on their way. All right. And when they get the money, they get a cut of the money, and the rest of the money goes to the DEA. All right. That's a goddamn shame, right? Government is crooked here, you guys. All right. They go after big money, big money. And innocent motherfuckers. If you are innocent and you've been in this, you better be watching this. Take some notes. So, anyways, without further ado, let's continue to play.
I did.
Is my flight going to be?
Okay, that's your plane.
All right. I just did some research on this when I was on the plane, but.
Well, Google's great. I'm telling you, if I were you, I'd call your lawyer and see what he wants you to do. I know you're annoyed. And I'm annoyed too that you caused such a scene for something so silly.
I don't think standing up for your rights is silly.
You actually disobeyed me, disrespected me.
And also, it's weird that he puts this whole scene on me.
We wouldn't do this and be doing it across the country if it wasn't legal.
We wouldn't be doing this all over the country if it wasn't legal.
Well, first, this isn't legal. And second, that they do this all over the country. But it was extremely validating to hear it from the horse's mouth.
You walked off the plane. Fact check, bro.
Basically, do you want a receipt for the bag?
You want a receipt for the bag?
All right, you guys have consent to search it.
Before he searches my bag, the officer says, I'm sure that there's nothing in your bag anyways.
I'm sure there's nothing in here at this point.
At the end of the day, there was nothing illegal in your bag at all.
No, he searched my bag very thoroughly and nothing was found.
This is just going to prove that your dog has been trained by you guys to signal whenever you need to signal.
Could be smelling something residual from something else. I don't know. I'm not a dog. Are you a dog?
Was there ever an apology? Did they say we're sorry? How did they end the encounter?
They laughed at me.
They laughed at you?
Yeah, they laughed at me. I asked him, so what do I do with my flight? And he said, that's your own problem now.
Brendan, this is wild. This guy didn't have anything, didn't have any money in the bag.
Yeah, it was actually one of the first things you asked me when you saw my story is, how much money did they find? There was no money in his bag. He did this to stand up for his rights. And I asked him, why did you do this? And if you had nothing to hide, and in fact, many of the comments we received on AtlantaNewsFirst.com and on our YouTube channel were, hey, if you have nothing to hide, why not just let them see in your bag? Because this is the United States of America. The Fourth Amendment says you are to be free from these unwarranted searches of your person and your effects. So he is right that your things are just like your person. There is no difference even inside an airport. They have to have your consent, or they have to have probable cause or a warrant signed by the judge. They didn't have any of those things, and they searched his bag anyway.
So tell me the difference, if I'm going through security and TSA wants to look inside my bag versus a DEA agent. Tell me the difference there.
Yeah, I didn't know the difference before we started investigating this. I figured, well, in the airport, the rules are different. Yeah. In order to fly, it's not a right, it's a privilege to fly. And in order to fly post 9/11, we all consent to have our bags searched by the government. The TSA, after all, are government agents. They're not law enforcement, though. A lot of people don't realize they're wearing a uniform, they're wearing a badge. They don't have any kind of arrest rights. They're not sworn police or federal agent. They can't enforce the law. They're administrative government employees, and that search is administrative rather than criminal. Even if they find evidence of a crime when doing a TSA search, they have to call in the police to then take the next step. Now, they can't unsee what they see in the X-ray machine, But if the police approach you or the DEA approaches you in the airport and they say, we want to see in your bag, that falls under the Fourth Amendment. Not to turn this into a constitutional law class, but the Fourth Amendment means they do have to ask for your consent. They do need probable cause. They do need a warrant if you say, I don't want you to see in the bag. Now, can you let them see in your bag if you want to? Absolutely, if you think it's going to help. If they find $5,000 or more in your bag, even if you can account for it on the spot, they are going to seize that money. We have never seen a case where they found more than $5,000 in all of my research. I never saw a case where they're like, oh, cash, and someone is able to pull up on their phone on the spot, which is what these agents want you to do. Show your bank account where you withdrew it. Show your meeting with, the car seller you're going to buy the car from on the other end of the deal. They still seize the money every single time and then claim it's drug money just because you're flying to a major city. Guess what? Every major city is a drug hub. New York, Atlanta, Los Angeles. If you're flying into any of those cities, particularly on a last minute ticket, they think that's enough evidence to take your money with no evidence of drugs found.
I'm so glad that you interviewed him, and I'm so glad the Institute for Justice connected you two. Tell me why he didn't want to be identified. Most of the stories you've done in this series, that the people were seen like on camera. This guy decided to hide his face. Tell me about that.
Yeah, and normally, look, we always want to, be upfront with the viewer of why are we concealing someone's identity. We would prefer not to. And we never promise an outcome, we promise a process. So I said, here's what we're going to do, because he wanted to keep everything but his first name out of it. It's his real first name, David. But his company, and he's basically a high-level executive, his company does business with the government. And they don't want it to affect their government contracts. This was less about fear from the DEA, because the DEA already knows who he is.
So last year, you profiled 2 lawmakers on opposing parties that were interested in filing and moving forward with some legislation to address this. Any idea where that stands?
Yeah, the bill is still live. Unfortunately, they have until the end of this year because, as you know, Congress goes in 2-year, or the House of Representatives goes in 2-year sessions. So, this particular Congress, if you will, expires at the end of the year when the new Congress is sworn in January. All the bills that didn't make it to the floor of the House of Representatives are going to be reset. Now, this particular bill has been filed time and time again to fix this civil asset forfeiture problem, to put a larger burden on the government if they want to seize your money. Right now, that bill is live. It looked really good, like it was going to make it. It was sent to the House floor for a full vote, but it's up to the Speaker of the House to actually bring it to a vote. Bipartisan support, but already some, that's right. There were 9 co-sponsors who were Democrats, 9 co-sponsors who were Republicans. Unfortunately, one has already died. Sheila Jackson Lee from Houston, Texas, passed away. She was one of the co-sponsors. That's how long this problem's been going on, that literally lawmakers trying to fix it aren't surviving to see it passed.
Wow. Brenda, this is one heck of an update. And it's, oftentimes when we do these stories, we put them on TV, we put them on the web, and we wonder, all right, who's watching? Who's paying?
Can't make this shit up, you guys. Cannot make this shit up. Shout out to my boy, Mr. Dacus, the Navigator. He says, whoa, that's crazy. Yeah, this is real. This is real. This is right here in the Matrix. All right. But 2 key cities that they're talking about, well, actually 3 is LA. This is happening in LA, New York City, and then also to Atlanta, Georgia, right? They came to the presumption that those are the bigger drug hubs. So let's target those cities, And for myself, right, Mr. Dacus, right, I said up there and I said to myself, okay, I like straight flights. Okay. All right. Remember, I haven't traveled. I like straight flights. So I said, okay, I'm in Kansas City, right? And I don't know if they're doing it here or not. I haven't heard about it. But I'm in Kansas City. We just got a brand new airport, by the way, built almost about a year ago. Okay. So I fly from Kansas City. I said, I want a straight flight. So I said, okay, if I'm going to fly to the Philippines, I'm going to fly to Thailand. If I'm going to fly to Vietnam, I'm going to fly to Cambodia. Okay. I need to avoid those particular locations where there are DEA agents known to be at to do random checks on Black people, on light-skinned people. You see where I'm at? And so I said to myself, okay, well, maybe I don't want to go to LA. I did a Google search and I said, well, they got straight flights coming from Kansas City. I can lay over in San Francisco. Might have to stay there from 6 to 8 hours and then get on another flight. I can head, boom, straight to the Philippines. You see where I'm at? Boom, straight to Thailand. You see where I'm at? All I want is a minimum of one layover. That's what I want. I might have to spend for a round trip ticket upwards to $2,500, but to me, that's worth it. You know, I've seen flights from here in Kansas City up to Washington, where you could take a straight flight from the state of Washington, I think Oregon too, and then you can head straight on out there to Thailand, the Philippines, Vietnam, or Cambodia, or Laos, or whatever you want in Southeast Asia. Because that's what I want. I want to go to Southeast Asia. And I said, well, I got to avoid those places. So this is good study material. So before you actually consider traveling for the first time, you can actually say to yourself, hey, I need to study before I travel so I can know in advance how to avoid things, how to dodge things, what I should do, what I shouldn't do. You understand? Mr. Dacus also just recently said something. He said, I have to fly out and into Philadelphia, so I don't have much of a choice. Okay, that's cool. But have you encountered any of these problems? I can probably assume you haven't. You understand? Maybe you probably have seen it, but have you been in a situation where a plainclothes DEA agent, man, said, hey, Mr. Dacus, we're going to go ahead and search your bag. Well, sir, do you have probable cause? That's what you would ask. Well, we just want to search you because we got a lot of drugs coming through here. And you say, I don't consent to you to search. And they say, well, I don't care if you consent or not. I still want to search it. Do I need to bring the dogs? I don't think you've been in that particular type of situation, right? But if you have, then please share to us. And Mr. Dacus said, yes, all the time. Has it happened to you, or have you seen it with other people? We want to know. Has it happened to you in Philadelphia or not? I want to know. Has it happened to you personally, or have you just seen people from the outside looking in? You know, because every now and then you come across a person that sit back and say, well, I've never experienced any prejudice or racism as a black person. I've seen those motherfuckers do it. And I tell them, usually they're in their 20s, and I tell them that live like a motherfucker for a longer time, and then eventually you'll figure this out, okay? Make sure you guys click that like button as you come in. I really appreciate it. Click the subscribe button. I appreciate it. Take notes on this. Turn your volume up loud. This is the Men's Daily Advice and Encouragement Channel. Men's Daily Advice and Encouragement Channel. My name is Mr. GG. Here live, we're talking about live right now, plainclothes DEA agents here in the USA Matrix willing to walk up to your ass out of nowhere and search your bags, take your thousands of dollars you got in there that you can legally carry, 100% legally carry, and say, go on about your way. Go on about your way. You can get on the plane now. We got your money. That's all we was looking for. It's a goddamn shame. And you idiots talking about, it's illegal for you to carry that type of cash. It's illegal. Man, you better sit down and talk to an attorney and find that shit out. You can carry that cash. You can. But this is the thing we're talking about. Is it worth you carrying that cash knowing there's a probability this shit can happen? You see where I'm at? Is it even worth it? All right. Mr. Dacus said another comment. He said, dog sniffing and take my bags through the machine. Okay, got you. Cool. So, but we're talking about people who already went through the machine, already went through security, and they sitting down and they just waiting for their flight, right? And then they get a plainclothes DEA agent just walk up to them out of the blue. You see where I'm at? You've already went through security. All right. You done went through checkpoints, you know. You already had the baggage claim. We're talking about those particular people, you know. And if you already been through it, man, you know, that hey, I would love to know, man, you know, that this is good information that you guys sharing to me, you know. See, I told you guys, the damn passport bros, man, they know they not bullshitting. They didn't either went through it or they seen people go through it, right? Or they have warned people, hey, I have not been through it, so this is the precautions that I have taken, so I won't be in that particular situation. You see where I'm at? So I really, really appreciate that. Thank you, Mr. Dacus, for telling us your information. So I'm about to get ready to continue to play the rest of this video and let us continue.
Attention, and this guy is one of them. And it's got to be a little validating, right?
Oh, it's absolutely validating. But also, I realize he said to me, I would not have stood my ground had you not told me I could. Well, that's validating to hear, but also we caused him quite a bit of inconvenience because he said he would have assumed that they're entitled to look in the bag if we hadn't told him he could ask, am I free to go? What's really interesting is this exposed a huge hole in the government's argument. You may remember that we profiled a couple of people. One would be Clayton English, the other would be Eric Andre. They're comedians who were separately searched by the Clayton County Police on the jet bridge at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. They sued in federal court. Nothing was seized from them, but they sued basically saying that they were seized. Their person were prevented from boarding their flight. The federal judge threw that case out, as many of these cases have been thrown out, on the grounds that dismissed the entire case on the grounds that these men were free to walk away. He said these were consensual searches, and in one case they gave consent, and the other one the officers figured out who he was and let him go anyway. And the judge was saying they weren't really seized, they weren't really prevented from boarding their flight, even though they were sort of blocked in the jet bridge. This blows a hole in that argument. It blows a hole in the DEA's argument. It blows a hole in the Justice Department argument that these are consensual searches. Because if consent is the only choice, and even in David's case, it was his only choice, because at the very end, they're like, okay, now we're going to go get a warrant, and you're going to be here all day because it might take all day for us to get a warrant. There is Supreme Court case law that says you don't have to wait. Police cannot extend a stop in order to wait for a drug dog to get there. Police cannot extend a stop and prevent you from leaving while they go get a warrant. Preventing this guy from going about his travels, of course, they're going to argue he freely got off the plane. Important to point out, because we didn't say, we did on the air, but we didn't say just now, that the DEA has refused to even respond to our requests for an interview for over a year now. And then first they said no, and now they've just stopped responding to us altogether. And the Montgomery police chief, on behalf of Agent Nimskern, because he's still a sworn officer there in that department, said, no, we're not going to be making a comment on this. So they wouldn't talk about it. They'll never talk about it. And it makes you wonder why they won't talk about it.
Brendan Keefe, Chief Investigative Reporter, Atlanta News First. Thank you. And to watch more of Brendan's reporting on this issue, go to our website. It's called In Plain Sight. It's a fantastic series you got to watch. It's on our website, atlantanewsfirst.com, and anywhere where you get your podcasts. We'll see you next time.
All right, you guys. So yeah, man, but this was a very good video. I got one more I want to share to you guys real quick. And it's going to be the last one though. But I want you guys, it's not going to be as long, but I want you guys to understand that what is possible out there. You understand? Just because it hasn't happened to you, don't mean it ain't possible for it to happen to you. This shit can happen to anybody. You understand? Me, you, anybody. You understand? And it's at this point that you should pretty much understand for yourself, you know, that is it really worth me going through something like this? You understand? Is it really worth me going through something like this? You understand? All right? Because things in life, it does happen for a reason. You understand? Things in life do happen for a reason. But you shouldn't be in a position to actually, how can I put this? Feeling threat that, hey, I shouldn't have to go across seas, right? Or domestically and just feel like that, hey, you know, I'm a threat, you know, because I'm in my own country. I mean, it's pretty fucked up, you know, but this is how delusional our country is. They always paranoid. Like I told you guys, United States, in my opinion now, is probably the most paranoid country in the whole goddamn world. Paranoid in a motherfucker, right? Just for no reason. Just for no motherfucking reason. Just paranoid, you know. They always convince other people that somebody's out to get them, you know, or we shouldn't trust this person because of this reason. We shouldn't trust this person because of that reason. It's always some paranoid shit, you know, always, you know. It makes you kind of question, you know, why should we have to put up with this type of fuckery? You know, is it really that deep? Is it really that motherfucking deep? You see where I'm at? So I don't know, you guys, though. So without further ado, let me see. I gotta let me go to my history. I got man, I've just been on I've been on a spree watching this shit, man. And I just don't like this shit happening to people, man. Good ass people and shit, innocent people. It not only that, this shit happened to people who are actually these are people who are actually just regular people like me and you. This shit's going down, you know, just regular motherfuckers, you know, just regular. Fuck it, you know, like it's crazy, you know. So yeah, so anyways, let me go ahead and go to this one here. I think this is the one right here.
You're live.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that's it. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna share this screen too. Make sure you guys click that like button as you come in. Let me go ahead and also to go to the chat, because I got some more people who've actually did make some comments. And Mr. Dacus said, when you fly into a major international cities, they grill you the most. I said, damn, for real? Yeah, that's what he said. He said they grill you the most in international cities, you guys. You know, I didn't even know this shit, you know, for real. I have my suspicions, but I didn't think, though, they really did grill you, you know. So, yeah, but shout out to you. Thank you for letting us know that, you know. He also said, they get me after I claim my bags coming back to the U.S. I see. But you know that comedian Clayton English, he actually said himself, right, that that it would make sense if a person was coming into the United States to go ahead and actually search a person, but not a person who's actually like, okay, if you're leaving the United States, right, or leaving from that airport, right, that's one thing. But somebody coming into that airport, right, that would possibly make sense for a random. You see where I'm at? Possibly. It's not a guarantee, but yeah. And then Sarah Fram says, all governments, I think abbreviated as governments, are evil by definition. Not just evil, but fucking corrupt, man. They just corrupt in the motherfucker, man. And like I said, you just got to be smart, man, in what you do and how you go about doing it. You understand? You just have to be smart in what you do and how you go about doing it. You understand? You know, governments are evil, the motherfucker, yeah. But at the same goddamn time, man, or whatever, you just gotta, I don't know, you gotta play chess with these motherfuckers out here, you know, because they don't give a shit about you. They don't give a shit about me, you know. And the only thing they care about is what they can gain out of it in the future, and that's pretty much it. If they can gain popularity, if they can gain some brownie points out of this, they will do everything in their power to continue to gain whatever popularity, whatever brownie points they can get in order for them to get over on your ass. That's all it boils down to. So anyways, let's go ahead and let's play this video. Make sure you guys, again, click that like button as you come in. Click that subscribe button. I got this one last video in here so then you guys can understand what's going on. Okay, I'm going to play this last video. And then after that, probably give a few more comments. And then after that, we can call it a day. But thank you guys who did participate in the chat, and those who watched from the sidelines and didn't say a motherfucking thing. Okay? So anyways, without further ado, let's get ready to play the video.
Live look here at Charlotte Douglas International from the Catalyst building. We're not talking about getting screened by TSA. This pertains to law enforcement officers in plain clothes searching passengers as they go to board their flight.
You're either going to sign a consent form saying that you're allowing us to search them, okay, or I'm going to detain them, run my dog on it, and get a search warrant.
Feel free to search the bag, sir.
Are you willing to sign a consent form?
Yes, I will sign a consent form. Feel free to search my bags.
The U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration and other drug agents are searching for drugs or cash from drug trafficking. Law enforcement at Charlotte Douglas International have found drugs before, and they've arrested passengers, including one, you may remember this story, used a wheelchair to smuggle in drugs. Take a look at this. In 2022, agents arrested Alexander Lopez Moral during his layover in Charlotte. Officers found the 22-year-old physically sitting on 11 kilos of cocaine. You can see the drugs there hidden inside the wheelchair. But in many cases, the drug agents aren't finding narcotics or making any arrests. Instead, they're just seizing the money they find on innocent passengers. And that's why our national investigative team stepped into this story. Their series of reports led the Justice Department to shut down this DEA operation. Brendan Keefe shares why you won't be searched without a warrant at the gate next time you fly.
You're going to sign a consent form saying that you're allowing us to search them,
Whatever you guys are doing in this airport
or I'm going to detain them,
is totally wrong.
run my dog on it, and get a search warrant.
I'm a random search, guys.
I didn't feel like I could have said no.
So those white folks, and I'm the random search.
No, there's no way this is random.
Innocent passengers searched at the gate by plainclothes drug agents looking to seize cash.
You're taking people's money based off an assumption.
I work hard for my money. How many innocent people do you have to search before you find what you're looking for?
Sir, I've got nothing to say to you.
The DEA still hasn't answered our questions, but our 2-year investigation,
Why do people have to prove themselves innocent?
would lead to a single incident that would end the entire program nationwide.
Oh, that's my. Hey,
That's yours. Where's your bag at?
I don't consent to search, sir.
You don't have to consent. Where's your backpack at? Where is it? Under your seat?
It got put away, but I don't consent to being searched.
I don't care what your
this is-
consent stuff.
You heard what the motherfucker said? He said, I do not consent. All right. And after he said, I do not consent, it was that motherfucker, I don't care. Sound like a bitch, didn't he? I don't care. I don't care. Don't females say shit like, I don't care. It's sad, you guys. This is what they're doing out here, man. They're doing shit like this, man. And they believe it's okay. They believe it is okay. It's perfectly fine. You have to ask yourself, too, is it worth you actually staying in the matrix and put up with this shit, permanently? I can understand if you're an expat and you just come by here, let's say twice a year to check on your money, that's fine. But if you're traveling back and forth on a consistent basis, yeah, it gives you a bad taste in your mouth. That awful cough syrup, that NyQuil and Theraflu feeling, to continue to do this shit. You understand? It's fucked up. You understand? So, anyways, let's continue to play this. Also, too, I got some more comments in here. Mr. Daka said, here's how they get you when you... Okay. Here's how they get you when you check your bags coming in. They will delay the arrival of your luggage and send it to your destination on another flight. Wow. That's cold-blooded. They got that much control? Shit. I know the government was off the chain, but shit, this takes the ticket. This takes the cake, don't it? Shit. This shit takes the cake. Wow. This is fucking crazy, man. This is nuts, man. What do we do, Mr. Dacus? What do we do? Shit. Mr. Dacus also said it's probably not too smart to refuse a search on layovers because it only means missing your connection flight. Yeah, that is possibly true. That is possibly true. But again, I'm learning from you, man. You guys are my teachers, man, and I'm just a student. You understand? That's all I am is the student. You understand? That's all I am is the student, I'm the student. You guys are the teachers. You understand? That's all I'm doing, okay? So anyways, though, man, thank you for giving me this information. And hopefully you guys are taking notes in the chat and any other passport bros. If you guys are out there and you guys wish to give us advice and counsel on how to navigate when we get ready to travel, head overseas or domestically, or we need to go from one state to another, handle some other business, right? Internationally, it doesn't matter, right? Please share your advice, man. Don't keep that shit to yourself. We want to know. We don't want to be the dumb motherfuckers that's caught doing dumbass shit and making fucked up decisions. You understand? We just don't want to do that. You understand? But anyways, thank you, Mr. Dacus. I appreciate it. And thank you, Sarah Frem, too, for your opinion. And you guys are more than welcome to interact in the chat. I appreciate it. We're playing part 3 of the plainclothes DEA agents, right, who are actually taking and kidnapping your money. for no apparent reason and sending you on your flight. Okay? And Mr. Dacus, I hope you're not one of those motherfuckers that had his money taken, his thousands of dollars he worked for or earned, taken by a random, white DEA agent. It's a goddamn shame. All right? Oh, there's more. And Sarah Frim said, never forget we live in a global matrix. To a certain degree, yes, but I believe that it is specific matrix countries. You understand? All right? Specific matrix countries, specific matrix people. You see where I'm at? That's just my belief. You understand? All right? But the majority of the matrix are in the first world countries. The majority of the fuckery are in first world countries, in my opinion. United States, Canada, Western Europe, right? Tons of Western Europe, Australia, right? And any other first world country we haven't actually named. I would also throw in there to some of the second world countries like parts of Western Africa. Yes, Western Africa. Any part that's leaning towards West. And that's why we recommend on this channel here and the Passport Bros to go as further south of the globe and east of the globe, okay? Further south of the globe and east of the globe. You're going to have more success in your relationships. You're going to have a big decline on racism, discrimination, and being prejudiced. You're going to have a big abundance of your dollar. Your dollar's going to stretch through. You don't have to deal with mean mugs and evil people who want to start fights and arguments and shit. And lower blood pressure, right? Lower chances of getting diabetes and shit, and losing weight. All those different types of goodies that we want. You understand? So anyways, let me go ahead and replay this video. Hope all goes well with you guys. Make sure you guys too click that like button. I appreciate it. Click the subscribe button. Also share this goddamn video. I appreciate it. Share it to your friends. Tell it to your families and your future travelers who are intentionally getting ready to travel and get their passports and get the fuck out of the matrix. Okay? Anyways, without further ado, let's continue to play this video.
Had you not seen our investigation, what would you have done?
I would have just assumed that it was part of a standard screening procedure and consented to the search.
David recorded the incident on the very same phone where he had watched our investigation in plain sight. He stopped recording only to double check the article so he could stand up for his rights. This particular passenger said no, did not give consent,
Correct.
And the task force officer removed his bag from the plane anyway.
And to do that, the agent needed reasonable suspicion.
The Inspector General of the U.S. Department of Justice reopened his investigation of the DEA's airport cold consent encounters after seeing the video David recorded.
Absent that video, there was no record of the incident.
Once they learned of your latest investigation, they were going back and filling out these reports.
They started creating paperwork, trying to lay out why they did what they did.
When you buy a last minute ticket, we get alerts.
I purchased a last minute ticket to come interview you.
Approaching individuals based solely on that basis without any lead, any other information to suggest they might be a drug courier or money launderer was concerning.
The Inspector General discovered David's last-minute ticket was reported to the DEA by an airline employee who was a regular paid informant.
A single commercial airline employee received tens of thousands of dollars.
It turned out that the individual was getting a percentage of the amount seized.
Informants are being paid with confiscated property from searches that the informants triggered with no real evidence.
U.S. Senator John Ossoff of Georgia launched his own inquiry with the Department of Justice, citing the findings of our investigation.
The Inspector General's report was scathing about the failures associated with this program. Many of those failures revealed by your reporting.
We are recommending, which is what we did in the report, immediately suspending these activities, which the department did.
This is the directive from the Deputy Attorney General of the U.S. Department of Justice, ordering the DEA to stop searching innocent passengers at departure gates nationwide.
Now, at airports across the nation, there's no sign of plainclothes drug agents searching passengers at the boarding door. The agents appear to have departed. It's unclear if they'll ever return.
Brendan Keefe reporting for us tonight. Well, tonight, very cool.
All right, you guys. So anyways, what have we learned today? Hopefully we learned a lot of shit. I hope we learned a lot of shit. I hope we learned what could happen. You're a black man, light-skinned man. Go to the airports. This could happen to you. Thank God that some of the government actually stepped in and said enough is enough. It's a shame that this has been going on and it took one person's video, right? And another YouTube video to provide evidence to the higher ups of the DEA. So now the district attorney and some of the others can do their own investigation. And then now all of a sudden get a court order saying you need to stop. You need to stop. It doesn't make sense that this shit took this motherfucking long. God damn, this shit's been going on for a long time, man. Long time. Innocent blacks, innocent light-skinned people. Shit. You heard the man. He said, I'm a white man. He's a white man. He went through the metal detectors and security with just plain prop money that looks like the same damn money we have here in the States. 7 different times and never got searched one damn time. Okay? I never got searched one good time, right? Right? Now, I don't know. I don't know. Who's to say it's a conspiracy? Who's to say that there might be some type of alarm inside of there or some type of sensor that indicate this is real money inside of that motherfucker? And it triggers the black people to say, we're going to go after you. All right? Now, he never did say he went through the metal detector or the search detector with 100% real money. He never did say that. But he did say prop money. Okay? I did peep that out. I hope y'all caught that shit. Okay? But what I'm saying is this. Regardless if you're black, light-skinned, white, mixed, it doesn't matter. This shit can happen to anybody. Anybody. If I'm going and I'm flying out, I'm going to Mexico, and I meet me a beautiful Mexican woman. Papi, I need you to bring money to put roof on the house. Roof got leaked. Baby, I don't have any money in the bank. I got cash. Well, that's even better. We'll take your US dollar. Come to country now. No problem, baby cakes. I'm on my way. You coming, Poppy? Yes, I'm coming, Poppy. Yeah, Poppy, come. I'm on my way. Get my ass to the LA gate. Walk through that motherfucker. Scot-free. I sit my ass down. Get on the phone and I play some chess and shit. And some white plainclothes motherfucker walk up to me. We need to search your bag. Excuse me, and why is that? Well, this is a random search and we need to search it. Mind you, this is the money I'm using so I can put a roof on my woman's house. The house she's trying to build for me and her. The house that I'm trying to assist in developing for me and her. This is just a scenario. This is just an example. They go through my bag, take my thousands of dollars out of there, and tell me, you can go on to Mexico. Where's my money at, man? Well, you're not supposed to have this type of money. Bullshit. It is 100% legal for me to carry as much money as I want to. Where's the law telling me that I can't carry this money? They're looking foolish. Well, we can't tell you that. Sorry. But get on your flight before you miss it. Motherfucker, you've been searching my shit. I've already missed my flight. Are you going to reimburse me the money for my flight? Are you going to give me another ticket? No. This is just proper protocol. You see where I'm going with this? Are you seeing what the fuck you see what we're dealing with, y'all? I hope you guys are processing what the fuck is going on in the matrix. You understand? You might have to deal with my boy Warren Buffett does. You know what Warren Buffett does? He had an interview and girl asked, well, how much money do you carry on? He said, I don't really carry much money on me. Remember, Warren Buffett, he dressed in regular clothes. That's the one thing I learned in real estate is the rich dress in regular clothes. They don't dress in fucking gold chains and Lamborghinis and shit. No, they got regular, super regular clothes, okay? They try to look ordinary as fuck. And he opened up his wallet and said, here you go. And he had like $30, $40 in every shit. And all his other money is put up in where? Stocks, bonds, real estate, land, vacant land, yes. All in other places, different bank accounts and institutions, yeah. Diversification of funds. You understand? So you might want to take a page out of Warren Buffett's book and think about that shit. Wouldn't it be better to hide your money rather than just carry all that shit on? That's something to take in consideration. But I don't trust banks or whatever. Okay, cool. Then keep taking the risk. And once your dumb ass keep all your money, keep getting it taken, then you're gonna learn. You understand? I have different types of electronic and brick and mortar banks at your service that can actually assist you. Make sure you got someone who got a low reputation of being in court all the goddamn time. Wells Fargo, they always in court. I wouldn't never recommend any motherfuckers to actually put themselves in that position to have them protect your money. I just would. You know, they've been in court too many times. Okay, too many times. All right. Those who trust Wells Fargo, more the power to you. Those who work for Wells Fargo, hey, more the power to you. I just wouldn't recommend that because of that reputation. You understand that? You know, for example, you know, Bank of America is another, you know. I don't like them because they got too many goddamn fees. They nickel and dime you for every goddamn thing. They do. Nickel here, nickel there, yeah. You know. But you want to be careful, man. You know, you got to be careful, man. Even the virtual banks. I even talk about virtual banks too. Be careful with them. And I just got done watching a segment. I might play that right now. A segment on scams at the virtual banks, right? Where if you got scammed by somebody else and you ask the virtual bank for reimbursement and you show proof, they do everything in their power to keep the money from you. Instead of saying, you know what, we did the investigation, everything was cool, you provided the evidence, here you go, let us reimburse you. Matter of fact, let me see. This what? 1 minute, 51 seconds. Yeah. 1 hour, 51 seconds. Yeah. Let me do this. Let me go ahead and play that quick segment because there's a lot of scams going on out there, man. And you know, this is going to even illustrate even more why motherfuckers are really skeptical about trusting virtual banks. Not necessarily brick and mortar, but it's always like these virtual ass banks. You understand, where you can't go into a physical place and talk to somebody. You got to speak to somebody from overseas and shit to help you. You understand? I got a couple virtual banks and shit or whatever, right? But my brick and mortars have never failed me at all. They just never have. You understand? All right. And my financial institution has been in a position where they're in a lot of court, you know. So, but do your own research, you know. Do your own research. You understand? You know, Cash App is one of those motherfuckers and shit too, man. It's like impossible to get in contact with a customer service rep. And yeah, Cash App, in the Philippines, they use Gcash. I heard of a Gcash fraud. Yeah, there's a lot of fraud with the Gcash. So anyways, let me go ahead and go back to the chat before I play this last quick video. Mr. Doctor said, I will never take more than $2,000 on the vacation. If I really need more money, I will Western Union it. I can't allow them to confiscate all my money. Yeah. You can Western Union it. Yes. So you can do a MoneyGram or you can use Remitly. Yes. You can do Remitly for a flat fee. Yes, you can, you know. So yes, that is a great point, you know. So yeah, you know, he's recommending carry 2,000 or less amount of money with you if you decide to go on a vacation. United States dollars, you know. If my Canadian buddies are in the chat, Canadian buddies, yes, Canadian dollars. And my guys in the other countries, United Kingdom, right? Your pounds, yes, carry lesser than 2,000 pounds on you too, right? Australia too, lesser than 2,000 Australian dollars. Yes, you got to do that. So take a page out of a Passport Pro book. I appreciate it, you know. Or like I said, Warren Buffett. You know, Warren Buffett kept like $40 on him and shit. You know, enough to get him to eat, something to eat, you know, drink and shit, you know, and you know, that's pretty much it. Shit, you know, for real. All right. So that's all, man. That's all I'm saying. You know, this is something that for you guys to really, really take in consideration. Okay. And Sarah Fram said, confiscated is just pure theft, like all taxes. Well, yeah, But the taxes kind of depend on your country and on your state, because I was having a conversation with somebody, Seraphim, and we don't mind paying taxes as long as we see where our money is going. If I don't see where my motherfucking money is going, if I don't see new bridges, new buses, a better transportation system, my streets are getting fixed and built, I'm getting brand new pipes, if I see the police calming down and not doing the crime investigations and things like that, I got a problem with it, But if I see where the money is fucking going, right, where they, eliminating gun wars and shit, black on black crime in my case and shit, white on white crime, and things like that. If I see improvement, I don't mind paying the extra in taxes, but I'm not going to go and put myself in a position to pay extra in taxes for them to go ahead and actually take my money and then just do below the bare minimum. You understand? That's pretty fucked up. You understand? I don't believe in that, but thank you for saying that, sir. But anyway, let me go ahead and play this other one. I appreciate it. Let me see. Boom. Let's see this. Clover story. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna share this one, and what we're gonna do is I'm going to let's see here. Boom. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and put back on this one. I'm gonna go to, because I just watched that shit. I just watched that shit, and okay, here it go. Okay, yeah, this old lady that got scammed and shit by ATM. Okay, there she is right there. $420. I just watched this shit, man, and it's funny that I kind of just touched on this topic, right? And like I said, the scams all over the goddamn place, man. Not just with the government, but just people in general and shit. But that's why I'm skeptical of countries, if I decide to travel to, that actually got like prone to scam shit going on, like the Philippines. I've just seen too many guys, they go to the Philippines, they get scammed like a motherfucker out there, man. Them bitches be tearing their ass up. Shit. It's mostly white guys that do that shit. I don't know why. It's mostly them, but I just want to put it out there, But like the Philippines and like India, yeah, they are prone. We're talking like scams are just right there in your face. Out here, there are scams, but it's very like covert, So I don't know. Anyways, Sarah Frem said, "How do like 500 billion bucks in Ukraine?" And Zelensky's wife knew Bugatti. Just saying. Okay. I don't know, man. I don't know, but I don't know, man. Who knows, man? Ukraine know how to come over here and get some money. I know that. I'm just gonna put it like that. They know how to come over here and get some money, So it's so. We'll see though, man. We'll see though, man. But shout out to you though, man. But anyways, let's go ahead and play this film. This is the Men's Daily Advice and Encouragement channel. Click the like button, you guys. I really appreciate it. Click the subscribe button. I appreciate you guys coming on here. We're in it an hour and 57 minutes, So click that like button and that subscribe button. Share the video. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for being patient, sitting through the stream. This is my first review video in quite some time. So I thought I'd just sit down out of that cold weather. It is cold here in Kansas City, Missouri. South Kansas City, Missouri to be exact. So it's very cold. So anyways, without further ado, let's get ready to play the video. Now remember, this woman, she got scammed at an ATM, okay? And when it came to her virtual bank, the virtual bank was giving her problems to not reimburse her, even though she produced all the evidence. And it took her almost a year, or about a year, a little over a year, to get refunded her money. It's a goddamn shame. You know how the United States work. They're quick to take your money, but they take their sweet time to give your money back or reimburse you, even though they got billions of dollars. It's sad, but it's true, So, yeah, that's the reason why a lot of people are starting to say fucking and go back to brick and mortar banks. It's because of shit like this. So, anyways, without further ado, let's play the video.
This is the story of a half-hearted investigation.
Go right ahead. Thank you.
It wasn't half-hearted by the officers in this video. They were very thorough. But another investigator wasn't even curious enough to look for this video.
That's the device itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
my money back.
which left Bev Thompson stuck.
Makes you want to bang your head against the wall.
Yeah, as you can tell, I'm anxious just talking about it.
Bev says she only uses her ATM card a few times a month at an ATM inside a Walgreens up the road in Thornton. Around New Year's this year, Bev noticed something strange on her bank statement.
Noticed that there was $100 taken out.
There were 4 ATM withdrawals Bev never made the week of Christmas last year, totaling $420, all at ATMs inside other Walgreens locations.
I noticed it, and it was like, I got on the phone immediately. What can I do?
GoToBank immediately launched an investigation, but a month later,
they said that it wasn't fraudulent.
The bank sent back a long report detailing their decision. A report Steve on Your Side found has a few holes in it.
They started the thing about the chip thing. I don't understand all that stuff. And somebody had your card. I said, nobody had my card. No, nobody else could have done this.
The bank told Bev since her ATM card has a chip, it can't be duplicated. A quick Google search tells you a chip card can indeed be duplicated through a process called shimming, a new device installed on card readers that can duplicate a chip. Then there was the map. Oh, the map.
They've got these places. Well, they're within 10 minutes of your house. No, they're not.
GoToBank told Bev the transactions weren't fraudulent because they happened within the geolocation of the cardholder with a travel time of 13 minutes from her address and included a screenshot of a Google map with driving directions plugged in. Problem is that map is not Bev's address.
No, and I don't live in Denver.
Bev lives near 84th and I-25. GoToBank appears just typed in Denver, Colorado as the starting point and Lakewood, Colorado as the end.
Does it feel like they did a complete investigation into that?
Absolutely not.
Banks are trying to protect your money. You're trying to protect your money in many different ways. At the same time, I think there's been an increased amount of fraud that banks are dealing with.
Mark Fetterhoff works in fraud prevention with the AARP. He says Bev did exactly what any consumer should do. She contacted her bank right away, filed a police report, she documented conversations she had, and most importantly, she kept fighting when the bank said no.
I think it's really important to stay adamant about the situation. If you know you're not at fault, especially, continue to file disputes with the bank.
Bev kept reopening that fraud claim with new evidence.
Walgreens said, yeah, we had a problem. Somebody put a scammer in there.
Even after she provided contact information for the manager at that store, the bank ignored it.
Does it feel like they're listening to any of this?
No.
At her wit's end, nearly a year later, she called Steve on Your Side, which brings us back to that video.
I saw them. They seemed suspicious.
See, Steve on Your Side called Thornton police to ask about Bev's police report. We also asked about any calls for service involving that lone Walgreens ATM Bev uses. And voila! Another police report from the week of those fraudulent transactions when a clerk called the cops after she saw 2 guys taking something off the ATM.
Looks like they took one off and put a new one on.
A records request and $15 later, we had video that shows something up with that ATM where Bev swiped her card.
I did get a call on Friday from a customer saying his card was used at the ATM, but he was at home sleeping.
When we sent that information to GoToBank, they told us they'd look into it. 2 days later, nearly a year since this all started, Bev got a call that all the money was getting refunded.
To other people, it may $400 may not be much, but to me, that's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
If you think you've been a victim of fraud like this, you need to act quickly and make sure that you've documented everything. You have 60 days to notify your bank if you notice an unauthorized transaction on your account. And if your bank decides against you, they have to provide the documentation used to make their decision. If you're having a consumer problem you just can't seem to solve, send me an email. I'm Steve Steger, Steve on Your Side, 9 News.
Wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, you guys. Unbelievable. So what does this tell us? What does this tell us? Scams are pretty much everywhere, right? Everywhere. United States government, motherfuckers skimming ATMs and shit. Makes you wonder, why was the chip even invented? Wasn't it intentionally so scammers can get into your ATM or your bank account even faster? It makes you wonder. Should you go back to just simply sliding your card? I mean, I'm just saying. You know, I'm just saying. This is an innocent old lady, man. Took her over a year. I got some issues going on my damn self with Walmart. It should make me want to call that motherfucker or Fox 4 problem solvers. I got some I got some stuff for my daughter for school. Talked to over 8 motherfuckers on Walmart over a course of about a month. Just now, still got it right here. And they haven't refunded my money back. Fuck no. I'm just saying. And every person I talked to was either from India, Pakistan, or the Philippines. Nice as hell. Get on the phone and lie to my ass. Welcome to Walmart. How can I help you? I tell them my problem is. I talked to about 6 of you motherfuckers. Don't worry. We are going to send send the shipping label to you. Give it about 3 to 7 days. That shit never comes. Oh, well, we're going to send one in the mail. Give us 3 to 7 days. That shit never comes. Oh, well, they should have processed it this way. Here, just wait. The money should be in the account. And it never happens. It's a damn shame, you guys. It's fucked up, yeah. So, yeah. And so the company who's financing myself for my daughter's clothes that I'm taking back because the clothes are too small for it, I had to ask them, did y'all get the money? No, we didn't get any money. Yeah. I'm just saying, man. So it's not just scams, but a lot of these people, they just don't have good customer service skills also, too, man. It's like shitty here in the Matrix. You know what I mean? That's for simple shit you try to get done. I don't know what it is, y'all. I have no idea what the fuck it is. So, yeah. But anyways, man, I really appreciate you guys coming to the channel. I really appreciate you guys chiming in. Thank you guys who all came in. Sarah Frem just made another comment, and he said, damn. Now, imagine it happens to you in a foreign country, and you don't speak their language. Yes. That's right. That's absolutely right. Okay. At my bank, you know what I was thinking about doing in my bank is my bank does offer this option, and that is, let's say I'm going to Brazil. And instead of using my ATM card to go to ATM and get their currency, right, what I can do is order that currency at my bank while I'm at the United States, right? And they will FedEx that currency to me and take the funds out of my account, convert the currency. So when I walk straight into their country, I already got their currency right there on me. Wow. But check with your bank. Ask your bank. That's why you got to have a good relationship with your brick and mortar bank to see if they can offer that option. Virtual banks ain't going to offer that shit. Fuck no, you know. But brick and mortar, they got way, way different options than these virtual banks do. Because these virtual banks, their job is to keep as much money as you can and to send you through all those hoops. That company, GoTo Bank, I think that GoTo also charges a monthly fee. You know, you got to be careful with that, you know, because every bank don't have your best interest. You know, virtually or brick and mortar, you know, they don't always have your best interest, you know. So, yeah. And make sure they got like partnership ATMs and shit like that. Check their stipulations too, right? And check your stipulations too before you leave. Also, too, I would recommend that you contact your bank prior to you leaving the United States, though, Canada, or whatever country you're at. Contact all your institutions. Have them put notes in your account that you are leaving, right? So they can note your account. So then whenever you get ready to spend your money, right, at least they noted the account, okay? And you want them to look out for any type of fraud or usual and unusual transactions that are made from you, or if you got robbed by some bitch down there, you know. So, yeah, okay, all right. Also put a daily spending limit on that shit. So then if you got thousands of dollars in your account, your card come up missing, some bitch try to go to your card, put your spending limit on that shit. So then therefore she don't max that shit out. She may get away with $100, $200, but it's better for her to get away with that rather than thousands of dollars, you know, or $50, whatever the fuck your daily spending limit is. Put a cap on that shit. You understand? All right. Daily spending limit or whatever, right? You know, that's all I'm saying, you know. Yeah, just minimize your risk. That's all you can do. Minimize your fucking risk too. And as far as the DEA agents and plain clothes, man, just be aware. These motherfuckers is out there, man. They're able to get us for our money, man. Especially if you black or light-skinned, man. They're going to try to get your ass. You heard that man. He said he's white, and he walked through that. walk through the security 7 times with some plain play money, man. It's some play money, you know, fake ass money and shit, prop money. 7 times and never got searched once. That just says a whole lot. You understand? You know, but we're talking black men walking through there with real money, real United States dollars, cash. You understand? All right, comedians, famous people, right? Blue collar workers walking through there and getting their cash confiscated. Take it. That's fucked up. You understand? It's low. So, but anyways, thank you guys. I really appreciate you guys coming to the stream. You know, thank my guests for actually interacting in the chat. I appreciate it. Nobody joined the live today. That's cool. Make sure you guys click that like button. As I exit out of here, click that subscribe button. I appreciate it too. This is a Men's Daily Advice and Encouragement channel. Men's Daily Advice and Encouragement channel. My name is Mr. GG. This is my channel. My channel is dedicated to give men advice and encouragement so that they can know how to navigate and get through the matrix and explore other options too, and not deal with a lot of these chicks bullshit, the laws bullshit, and most of all too, these Captain Save a whole ass dudes who are convinced that you need to just stay here in the matrix and don't go nowhere and just deal with this shit. You know, you don't have to. There's better options out there. You guys, Sarah Frem just made me another comment. He said, thank you, brother GG. Stay safe. And you too, Sarah Frem, and everybody else too. You stay safe. Take care of each other. I appreciate you guys coming by. Press that like button and subscribe. Subscribe to my channel. I need to get those subs up. I appreciate it too. Take the link. Share the channel link. I appreciate it. Share it in Facebook groups, all our fellow MGTOW groups, Red Pillar groups, man, whatever, Passport Bro groups, whatever, man. We appreciate it, man. Anyways, you guys take it easy. Stay safe, man. Take your daily dose of red pills. And for God's sakes, get your goddamn passport, get your money together, travel, see the world. Don't settle for land wells or bitches with tattoos, piercings, or with psychological problems that are emotionally immature. All that shit. Don't settle, man. Always have standards, man. Okay. And also, too, don't forget, check out my other videos. I got a lot of videos coming in from TikTok, you guys. I'm putting in. So check my video section. Check my short section. I appreciate it too. So I can get the views up and share it. I appreciate it too. Check the videos out. Listen to them. Look at them. Interact in the comment section. I appreciate that too. You guys mean a lot to me, man. And hopefully my content means a lot to you. I'm going to do everything in my power to try to improve on this, you know, because it's not easy trying to do everything I can. So anyways, without further ado, take it easy. Hope all goes well for you. And for God's sakes, take advantage of your options, man. I appreciate it. Till then, peace.